almost didn't marry the one that I knew God wanted me to marry. Hi, Worthy Ladies. Welcome back. My name is Jasmine Richard. I'm the founder of Worthy to Pursue. I'm a mental health coach, a wife, a mom, and I am passionate about helping women, helping you build self worth, overcome your limited beliefs, and pursue the life that you were created to live. Now, today is February the 8th, and today is always special to me because on this day, February 8th, 2019, so 6 years ago, my husband asked me to be his wife. So it was the day that he proposed to me. Now, I knew that my husband was going to propose to me because my mom totally spilled the beans. So I have this weird way of knowing when someone is keeping a secret from me. As a matter of fact, my husband and I have been married for almost 6 years this June, and he very few times have he been able to hold a secret from me. Like if he wanted to get me a gift or something like that. So I was able to pry that information out of my mom, and I knew he was going to propose to me that night, and I was so prepared and I was so excited. And of course, I said yes. And 4 months later, we were married. But when I think back over that time in my life, I can see where, because I had low self worth at that time, and because I didn't truly know what self love was, I thought I knew what it was, but because I truly didn't know what it was, I almost ruined that relationship. And I almost didn't marry the one that I knew God wanted me to marry because I had so many issues, and it all stemmed from having low self worth and not truly loving myself. And so we are starting a series now for the next 3 weeks, and it's a series called Worthy to Love. And every single week, we are going to be talking about the love that we have for ourselves, the love and the relationship that we have with other people, and the love and relationship that we have with God. And we're going to be tying self worth into each of those categories. And we'll talk about why self worth and self love is so crucial in order to have a healthy relationship with yourself, a healthy relationship with other people, whether it's friends, family, or even like if your spouse or boyfriend, and then also your relationship with God as well. So let's get ready to dive in and talk about it. So, a lot of times people build their self worth out of the things that are outside of themselves, right? So it can be the type of car that they might drive, it can be the type of neighborhood, their education, the type of career, how much money they make. It can be how they look, what you see when you see yourself in the mirror. If you feel like you're a very attractive person, you might build your self-worth out of that. But my question is, what happens when one of those things are taken away, right? What happens if you lose your job? What happens if you go to school and get the education, but you can't find a job in your career field? What happens if your car is totaled, right? What happens if you were building your self-worth or how you felt about yourself based off of how you look in the mirror? Like, what if, God forbid, there was an accident or you gained weight or you got cancer or something like that? And so, whenever we as human beings build our self worth out of things outside ourselves or even things within ourselves, based on like external factors like the way you look or something like that, it really leaves us in a position where when those things or if those things are taken away or something is shaken in our lives, we struggle with identity. And it leaves you feeling like you don't know who you are or you don't know what you're on this earth to do. And so I want us to talk about what is self love. So, what is self love and why is it important? Your self love is important because it shapes your self worth. When you truly love yourself, when you get to a place in your life where you love yourself, you have a very strong self worth. So, how you view yourself, how you feel about yourself, it's not dependent upon anybody else's opinions, right? You can say Buki and Nene and whoever, this person said this, that person says that. Look, I know who I am, right? It's not going to shake anything on the inside of you. It's also not based off of your achievements, what you did. It's not, what is the word I'm looking for? It's not achievement based. right? So if you don't reach that goal that you said that you were going to reach, that's not going to make you question your identity or anything like that. Like your self-worth is not going to be shaken. Another reason why self-love is so important and is so necessary is because it helps you create healthy boundaries with other people. When you love yourself and you have self-love, you are not going to let other people run over on you or take advantage of you. You are going to know how to set those boundaries, how to speak up for yourself, how to communicate for yourself and advocate for yourself when you have self-love. Having self love helps you attract healthy relationships. So you won't really find yourself in deep relationships or having friendships or romantic relationships or even family relationships where people are trying to take advantage of you, or there's always some type of like other motive when they want to connect with you. And so having that self love helps you to create the boundaries in order to attract healthy relationships. When you have self-love, it gives you the grace and the opportunity to be able to grow and heal, right? Because we're human and this is real life, and we all have had relationships or circumstances in our lives that may have caused some type of trauma or some type of wound. But when you have a strong self-worth and you have self-love for yourself, it gives you just that grace and that self compassion and that kindness towards yourself to really grow and heal from the things that in your past that may be trying to keep you stuck in the past. And it helps you to be able to move forward and not stay stuck. So self love is not selfish. It is not selfish at all. As a matter of fact, it is essential in order for you to be able to grow and heal and become the best version of yourself. So you need self love. So if anyone has ever told you if you're doing something to prioritize your well-being and they're trying to make you feel bad for it, then that person probably shouldn't be in your inner circle, or that person probably shouldn't have a say so in what you believe in your life. Because self-love, like I said before, is not selfish. You need it in order to grow and be the best version of yourselves, because it's from that place that we can truly be the people that God has created us to be, and we can pour into other people from a place of fullness and not from a place of emptiness. All right, so what are some practices of self-love and some actions? Like, what does this really look like on the day-to-day? As I said before, number one is prioritizing your well-being. So your body, your mind, your spirit. So whatever that looks like for you, is it if it's going for a walk, if it's journaling, meditating, praying, going to the gym, drinking your water, getting enough sleep at night, like all those different things promote self love. Another form of self love is letting go of toxic relationships. So this can be family, this can be friends, this can be a romantic relationship. A lot of times people think that because someone is your family, your blood, that you are supposed to take from that person what you wouldn't normally take from someone else. And as a mental health coach, I would advise against that. I have talked to many clients where there was a family member or something like that, and it was just the same toxic pattern over and over and over, and it was causing so much distress. And the reason why they allowed themselves to stay in so much distress was because, oh, that's my family, that's my cousin, that's my brother, so and so, so and so. If it's toxic, let it go. This can also be a friendship. You all may have been friends for decades, for many years, but if that person is not healthy, if they are jealous, if they are always needing something from you, if they just take, and there's no reciprocity, then you need to let that relationship go as well. And then also romantic relationships. I don't know who needs to hear this, but don't sign up for another dating app. Do not answer another DM. Like, take this time to heal. And I promise you, that healed version of yourself will thank you. And then finally, another form of self love is letting go of your own toxic habits, right? And that this can be thoughts, this can be actions or behaviors. If you know that something is unhealthy for you, a particular way of thinking, a habit, an addiction, whatever it is, it's time to let that go as well. And you may be able to do it by yourself. You may need community. You may need accountability. You may need coaching, or you may need some type of therapy. But whatever it is and whatever you have to do, if you know that it's keeping you stuck, if you know that it is toxic, if you know that it's not conducive to helping you build self love, it's time to let it go. I'll read to you a verse out of Jeremiah 31:3. And this is the Message translation. And it says that Israel was out looking for a place to rest. Israel was out looking for a place to rest. And they met God out looking for them. So Israel, the whole community of people, was in this desert, in this wilderness, and they were looking for a place to rest, right? But what it says is that they found God out looking for them. And so while they were out looking for rest, they encountered God out searching and looking for them. Now, could it be that in our own lives, we're looking for a place to rest? Every season that I have been in where I have struggled with self-worth or identity or insecurity or comparing myself to other people, these really dark seasons in my life, I can look back and I could see where my soul was just looking for a place to rest. My soul was just looking for a place to find peace. My soul was looking for a place to settle down and to be accepted. And I believe that there is someone that's watching this that is probably feeling the same, that your soul is just looking for a place to rest. But the beautiful thing about this story and this scripture is that they encountered a God that was out looking for them. And God told them, when they encountered God, he told them and he said, I have never quit loving you. So who would have thought, right? I mean, they're out looking for a place to rest and they encounter God. And the first thing that God says is that I've never quit loving you. God knows what we need. And I believe that God told them this because he knew that instead of them needing water or food or anything like that, their soul needed to know that they had a God that never quits loving them. He says that I love you with an everlasting love. And just like the children of Israel that was out looking for a place to rest, I see so many of us and I see so many of women out looking for a place to rest. Their soul needs to find a place to rest. And the same thing that God told the children of Israel, he is telling you that today, that I have never stopped loving you, that I have loved you with an everlasting love. That is what we need. True self-love begins when we embrace God's limitless, extravagant, everlasting love that he has for us. And it's my prayer that you would know that today, and that these words that he spoke to Israel, the children of Israel, that he is speaking those same words over you, that I have loved you with an everlasting love. Now, the homework that I have for you all this week is I want you to every single day until we meet again, spend 5 to 10 minutes reflecting over this verse and thinking about it over and over again. I have loved you with an everlasting love. And I want you to pray and ask God to help you to truly receive those words into your soul. Next thing that I want you to do is to speak and practice kindness over yourself. Now, remember, self-love is treating yourself the same way that you would treat someone that you love very dearly. And with that person, you'll probably be very patient, very kind, very compassionate. And I want you to show yourself that same grace. When we are beginning to change and God is beginning to show us things in our lives that we need to change, a lot of times it can come with a lot of guilt or shame or regret. But I don't want you to give in to those negative emotions. Give yourself room to grow. And remember that this is a journey, that you are always evolving, always learning, and always growing. Now, to go along with this series, Worthy to Love, I have created a 21-day Worthy to Love challenge, where for 21 days, starting Monday, February 10th, every single day, you will have a devotion, you will have an affirmation, a scripture, and then you will have space to reflect and write based off of a prompt. Now, I have created a private Facebook group, and if you are interested in joining this challenge and getting your journal, it's absolutely free. you can go to my website at www.worthytopursue.com. You can click on the tab that says 21-day love challenge, and you can sign up there and it'll be sent right over to your email. And if you don't follow me on any other socials, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as well. So you can follow me at worthytopursue.com. All right, worthy ladies, remember you are worthy to pursue, and I will see you next week.